3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep going through the endless battle of this life. Keep going through the indifference of the crowd. Keep going as spiritual principalities reveal themselves ever more. Keep going as they seem to be having a tug of war on our souls. Keep going, keep going, keep going till you get to where you are. Keep going, keep going, keep going, baby. You've always been a star. As inspiration revs up, keep going. The momentum builds and builds. Keep going past generational limitations. Keep going past the things that got us killed. Keep going, keep going, keep going. It's time for you to change. Keep going, keep going, keep going, far beyond what you've arranged. Nothing feels better to move beyond where we've been. This one's all about keeping going. And yes, I'm wearing a boxing robe. It's a symbol. It's symbolic. Because we're in a fight. We're in a spiritual battle, and each of us is so unique. There is no need to fall into the trap of comparison, but rather lean into what makes us different and what makes us unique. This is a cliche, but I'll go ahead and say it. The only person you should compare yourself with is who you were yesterday, and try to tweak the level of your production up 1% or 2% on that dial each and every day. Be happy with that, because if you persevere on that trajectory, those percentage points add up quicker than eggs in a chicken coop. Before you know it, you're grinding on inspired rays of connection at 400,000%. Putting myself as an example, I feel like I finally broke through a plateau recently and now can see how it would be easy for me to improve upon my work life a few percentage points a day. In other words, I see plenty I could be doing and schedule changes I can be making and greater focus I can implement. I woke up today with the inspiration to write about keep going, but also seeing a clearing in the road and a breakthrough from the feeling of stuckness that I was recently in. I say that to illustrate it for all of us, to keep going, because if we push through the difficult points, we find the wings of inspiration and momentum again, and then the excitement for the flow returns. I was thinking about age and reviewing my life, and the idea that there is never a time when we aren't pushing for a dream. I personally believe we are all either pushing for a dream and pushing ourselves, fighting against principalities and strongholds, or we have surrendered to them and are stuck in various forms of escape. I mean, from my perspective, life isn't really a waiting room. We are strange and incredible beings living a lengthy but limited life on a strange realm called Earth, the nature of which is somewhat shrouded and even controversial, with evidence that is becoming increasingly obvious that beings, spirits, and principalities are not only among us, but also invested in our battles here, guiding us towards the dark or towards the light. So it seems clear to me that we are here to participate in our own rescue so that we can then help rescue others. However that gets framed for you is personal to you and whatever skill sets you develop. But there is nothing casual about this life. It's not a permanent chill-out zone. Obviously, we need periods of relaxation and letting go, but so many of us get caught in a web of escape because to really confront the battle we have been born into is easily overwhelming. And because we have been led away from our spiritual centers, which are really there to protect us in the spiritual battle we find ourselves in, we threw away the armor of God because we believed the devil's lies. And then his minions swarmed in to claim ownership of our souls. Our goals are really just evidence of the spiritual battle we are waging. My inner critic keeps saying, yeah, man, but we aren't human doings. We are human beings. We are meant to just be, and our inherent value doesn't come from doing. We are incredible just as we are. And we've heard that said. I know there is truth to that, but really, Time presents a challenge, and we are forced to utilize it one way or another so we can be human beings and just be. But just being is probably the biggest challenge there is. That's probably the mountaintop, because there are three modes as I see it. Number one, active escape and distraction being the lowest level, and the level most are on most of the time. Number two, productively working towards a goal, learning new skills, and trying in a consistent way to add value to your life and the lives of others. To be at this level means we are engaged in the battle. It means we are still fighting. Hence the robe. And number three, just being in the moment with full awareness. But on this level, you would still be giving the ultimate value, because you would be operating from the core of your authentic self and reasoning with a kind of love, or resonating with a kind of love that would transmit to all. I think sometimes people at level 1 justify it through imagining they are at level 3, but those are not the same things. Level 3, or just being, is a kind of enlightenment very few ever touch. Most of us are on the battlefield, either stuck in a booby trap or engaged fully in rescuing ourselves from those traps with an eye on rescuing others. From my perspective, at the ripe old age of 51, having had success and breakthroughs in the realm of music and art, and now at the beginning of taking on new goals and new skill sets where I am a beginner again, I realize one of the most difficult parts for people of my generation, or even younger and older, is once your ego identifies itself in a place where some success has already come, it's very difficult to be a beginner again, even in a related field. But that's just another booby trap on the battlefield of this spiritual war, another trap. Every season of our lives contain challenges, and the challenge from the season I am in is the limitation of the ego's ability to humble itself enough to be a beginner against the shadows of previous success in other dimensions. But from the point of view of doing just that, let me tell you the results and reveal the demonic lie. The results are, my days feel inspired again, similarly to the days when I first started recording tunes. The possibilities are endless, and inspirations of how this new dream can evolve fill me with inspiration and a rejuvenation for life every bit as vital as when I was young and hungry. And it's actually even better, because the years lived have tamed my soul to a degree where I have more peace, and the years of experience are like a council of teachers resonating in my mind. Surrendering ego for vitality, that's a damn good trade. Overcoming the ego's limitations for the wide expanse of an open terrain, of a new creative journey for which I can now move and evolve on. And in truth, being on this level, level 2 of massive action, means periods of level 3 are actually and authentically attained. Just being. Even just being within the realm of action. Many of us find ourselves in this midpoint of life where there is endless vitality still. We're still young, y'all, and yet we are not only hindered by fears of the future, but also the success and failures of the past. The booby traps add up as well. So to loop this all back around, keep going, keep going, keep going. A challenge has been placed on all of our lives that is undeniable. We are here to give, we are here to bring forth something vital and bright, something that comes out of the love in our center, something that can liberate another. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell us how you keep going through the booby traps. Don't let the devil get you.